Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
There we go.
There we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Box Office Breakdown. Yes, we are not on at our normal time today.
Yeah.
We're a little late. We're a little frazzled.
A little bit.
Everyone came in from kind of a rough day, hectic day. Do you want to lament already?
I mean, the Patriots, listen, it doesn't hurt as bad. When you have a team that wins so much, especially we won Super Bowl last year, it would hurt so much more if we didn't win Super Bowl last year because you yearn for it more. Because we won last year, like, part of me is like, okay, we almost made it. We didn't. But I feel bad for, like, if you were, like, a Redskins fan or a Buffalo Bills fan, you'd be feeling it so much worse.
It was the Gostkowski miss.
Yeah.
I mean, they're down 7 there. There was no doubt in my mind that Tom Brady was going to throw a touchdown.
Yeah.
But the 2-point conversion, that's a little much to ask for.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
The thing is, for me, is every year one team gets hit by the injury bug, and this year it was the Patriots. We lost both of our starting running backs, and our offensive line was decimated. If we were a full tilt,
the good news is Sarah is going to be a New England Patriots cheerleader next year.
Yes.
And yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I am?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen?
I made a call.
Thanks. That's been my lifelong dream. I've wanted that so badly.
I think everybody wants that.
Is your hecticness also connected to the Patriots?
No. I'm
I'm
living an interesting life right now.
Do you want to tell us, or
I don't know if I
remain
could. I don't know if I'm legally
mysterious?
binded too. I mean, it's going to be very interesting.
So if you
next couple
don't
of weeks
show up next week, should we send out a search party?
No, I'm not going to jail or anything like that. But I mean, there's a lot to. I'm gonna have to dress nice for a couple of suits for the next couple of weeks.
All right. Well, before we get started on talking about this weekend's box office, which should be an interesting conversation, I do want to shout out to our wonderful Dylan Esposito for always being there. You are the best, and he has a little bit about our winners from this week, from everyone who played along with us, predicted, and did some guessing games. Unfortunately, no one went 5 for 5 this week.
Not even Boss Turner?
No one.
That guy's on fire.
Well, maybe
lately.
Boss Turner just didn't turn in his thing.
Let's just say I think the box office was affected hugely by the snowstorm this weekend. The whole East Coast, it threw everything off.
There was 3 feet of snow over there.
That's what I'm saying. It threw everything off.
It threw the government off.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like that. It's like taller
than
3 feet of snow is taller than like most dwarfs.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But we do have some winners for the guessing game. The fifth wave guessing game goes to Alex Murarsanu.
Yeah,
Winning for The Boy is Jacob Henson. And finally for Dirty Grandpa, we're going to give that to Noah Damron.
He picked that, right?
Wow.
Yes. And we can get into those numbers because
I went 2 for 5, right?
I don't know what you went. I don't keep track
I'm
of
pretty sure I went 2 for 5.
your winnings.
I should have did. I mean, it was dead close.
Speaking of this week's box office, I'm probably going to actually list the top 6 of the weekend.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was one of those where who knows if it was just the snowstorm on the East Coast or more of the dismal reviews that crowded all of this week's new coming films.
The quality was not good.
Dirty Grandpa's an 8 on like Rotten Tomatoes or something like that.
Oh, really?
I heard it's pretty funny though.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard it's not funny at all, and I've heard it actually borderlines traumatizing.
In what kind of way?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Like a
but
sexual
people are
way?
just like people were traumatized.
I know. What's Bobby doing?
Yeah,
Not Bobby Finstock, Bobby De Niro.
But so nothing that was new this weekend broke the top 3, but they did break the top 6. Starting with the fifth wave, bringing in $10.7 million. So 6th spot. Why are you?
Well, you won't see a number 2 or 3 at this.
Oh no, these will disappear.
Well, here's the deal. I don't think Chloe Grace Moretz is. I don't think she has the star power. I think that she came on the scene very hard and with a lot of luster. And I think that's has gone down. They try to put her in Carrie. She's in this. I mean, she's going to be in Neighbors too, but she's not a star.
I do think she has star power. I don't think she has star power for this audience.
I don't think.
I think there's actually a lot of kind of beyond the young adult audience that like her.
Yeah, but they're trying to put her in a bunch of other stuff too, and it's not working.
Well, she just got cast, I believe, in Little Mermaid, the live action remake that Disney's doing. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a make or break.
I just don't think she can carry. I don't think she can carry the film. She needs a supporting cast. Neighbors 2 will do gangbusters, but not because of her.
We'll get into more
she's
about.
In a bikini.
She was a good equalizer.
We're gonna get more into the fifth wave in a second.
Supporting role.
Yeah. First, we're gonna go through the rest of the list with the number 5 spot, The Boy. Bringing in $11.2 million. Mm-hmm. There's your horror for the weekend. Then going up to number 4, Dirty Grandpa, bringing in 11.5. So really close.
Pretty bad.
Really close. The numbers also horrible reviews.
8%.
Yep, right along to staying in the top 5 with the number 3 spot this week. It dropped 63%.
It's an astronomical drop off.
I've heard nothing but bad things about this movie.
Well, the only thing was like 80% of their audience was in the Eastern Seaboard, which was devastated this weekend. So
yeah,
and bringing in, and that did have 12.9 million. Star Wars dropped 45% down to 14.2, and Revenant took the top spot of the week. It's its 5th week in theaters, bringing in 16 million even.
Still good money. I mean, look, without the snowstorm, I think you see a 2 in front of the Revenant. Mm-hmm. Star Wars probably around the same. That's why I predicted Ride Along to it be number 2, because without the snowstorm, Ride Along would definitely have been number 2.
I mean,
a 63% drop off is out of this world.
Yeah,
unless
and
the movie just is really
close.
terrible, which we all know it is.
You look at the top 5. Only 2 of them are new, and they're the lower of the 5. You have Ride Along 2 in its 2nd week. The other movies that are in their 2nd week, which have been in 13 Hours, Norman the North, completely gone. We'll never see them.
It's
We're
a 0.
Kind of riding through. We're keeping.
Norman the North is a 0. It's a 0.
Is it a 0?
It's a 0. I'm telling you, if there was a -0, this would get it.
That's
I mean, I can't blame him.
But Dirty Grandpa's at 8. That's terrible. What is Bob De Niro doing? Like, is he just totally ruining his legacy or is it just like, hey, the people who watch me in the 60s, in the 70s are like 80 now and they don't care anymore?
Maybe.
I mean, is that what's going on here? Because we all know Bobby as, Taxi Driver, Casino and Goodfellas, but when you're doing Dirty Grandpa, The Intern, which was a hit, surprisingly.
The Intern supposedly was really actually good.
It's actually shows some acting chops. But this is something that I just don't know. I mean,
and I didn't love Joy, but I thought he was good in it.
But it's this crop of films that it's kind of just shoved into January. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to be overlooked. They're the things that didn't typically turn out well. You're sending people to either go catch up on their Oscar movies or to still repeat watch what they saw over the holidays. Mm-hmm. You look at what's coming out, and nothing is breaching like 25% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well,
I think
this is the dog,
Boy has 29.
Days of movie. I mean,
Dirty Grandpa has 7. Fifth Wave has 18. Like, they're just all.
Bob De Niro is actually not going to the Oscars either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he just likes black girls. So
I'm too scared to breach this topic with you.
Why?
Because
let's get into it.
No, it's like
Spike Lee's a loser.
I can't.
Jada Pinkett's
this
irrelevant.
This is going to be so difficult.
I think, like Ricky Gervais said, Chris Rock should come in like a Ku Klux Klan outfit and then take it off and say it's the only way he got in here. I mean, that's what Ricky Gervais said. I think they're blowing it out of proportion. I think Spike Lee is. I've said it on Twitter earlier this week. I think he likes to stir the pot. He sucks. He wasn't invited anyway. I don't even care if he's getting honorary whatever he's getting. He shouldn't get an honorary nothing. He's a loser. Screw that guy. Just saying.
All right. Tom does not like Spike Lee.
I mean, the bottom. My thought on this whole thing is the Oscars so white and this bullshit that's going on. The bottom line is the people who got nominated deserved it. Okay? Does Michael B. Jordan? I love Creed. Does Michael B. Jordan deserve an Oscar nomination for it? No. Does Stallone? Yes.
I think there's a couple.
Because he killed it. It was his movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Will Smith, okay, maybe.
Yeah. See,
Idris Elba, I get it too. But that was a Netflix movie that nobody saw.
I was going to say, and I would say it's very similar for Concussion. A lot of people didn't see Concussion just because the marketing looked horrible.
It is what it is.
I would have given Jackson, the guy who played Eazy-E.
You know what? That could have been good too. But there was a lot of really good actors this year.
And also the supporting category, I think for actors was one of the toughest categories of the year. And I do agree that that role deserves some recognition. But I also think the little kid from Room should be up there.
Yeah, he was
I
fantastic.
also probably would have given the kid from Room the Oscar.
Get that guy from Bridge of Spies out of there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Get him out of there.
He doesn't belong there. He probably did something to get a nomination. I would have given it to
Idris Elba, Jackson played Eazy-E, or even the kid from Room.
You're 100%.
And I also think that there was room in the Best Picture category for Straight Outta Compton to be acknowledged. I think that also should have happened.
I 100% agree with that.
Creed was the best reviewed movies of the year.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any
just
real bias here. Just
because it's the best reviewed movie does not mean that it deserves Oscar
There's
credit.
no real bias here. It just is what it is. Hollywood is white, period. That's what it is. It's a Republican Party.
Well,
it's a Republican. Until these people are out, then we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
but it's not going to happen until the baby boomers are dead. And they're not dead yet.
But you can say that working in production, there is very much a pressure to look for scripts that are diverse. I would say definitely in the past year, that is something studios look for. They just aren't made yet.
A lot of these geeky writers write for white people. That's what happens. This business sucks, and people need to know about it.
Tom, for 2016.
Yeah, it really honestly is. Like, look,
and scripts
I write screenplays. I write black characters because I'm basically black.
And you can say that scripts that have A-listers attached gets pushed ahead versus scripts that don't have cast attached.
Of course.
And it's a hard thing to get caught up in, to make scripts that make everything more diverse. But I think that people are aware of it.
I just think it's blown out of proportion. And it's
blown out of proportion?
The Oscars
Diversity
are so white at this
or
point.
Oscar issues?
I think
or both.
Both at this point. And Campia, who, I have disagreements with at times, made a good point on his YouTube thing the other day.
What?
He basically said it's not about, he believed that the right people got the nods. And it's just like, there's not enough roles for black, actors and actresses at this point. Should have Coogler got the thing for Creed? Maybe, but you also have to pay your dues. It's a goddamn Oscar, okay? It's not like something you get in the streets. It's not like these people get trophies every day for something. I sit there and, it's like James Harrison from the Steelers, just to throw an analogy out. His kids came back with like a second place trophy. He snapped the trophies on his knee, threw them out the window, and said, unless you win, do not bring a trophy in here. Period.
That's some Cobra Kai type stuff.
Yeah, it's true though.
JT, do you want to pitch into this conversation?
Winners win and losers lose.
No, I think
I don't want a second place trophy in my house. You're gonna be like, "Oh, you're the second loser. It's it. It's done."
Right,
I'm angry about this.
Listen, I get it. I understand the Oscar so white thing. I do agree with it, but only because it's a product of what's happening in Hollywood. I think there's not enough projects being made for people of different, not just black, but like Hispanic.
Look at Benicio del Toro. He should have got nominated for Sicario.
That's another one. I think it's. I think the problem is at the root, and we're blaming the top. You know what I'm saying? They gotta do some more work.
Who are all white.
Yeah.
Period.
But listen, Creed, Straight Outta Compton, both my top 10 this year. If it was up to me, they'd be nominated for Best Picture.
Absolutely, but they're not paying their dues. Then why isn't Leo? Why didn't Leo win for everything? Why hasn't once Scorsese won since Departed? He shouldn't even won for that.
Yeah, he should have won for that.
But I don't think Leo should win for this. Just pointing that out.
Just saying. Well, there you go.
Just throwing that out
because it's politics. It always will be, and you know it.
Yep.
I won't commit to it always will be. I will say it is.
Look, I'm looking to get ostracized from this industry, so I'm going to do my best at that.
All right.
I'm not looking to get ostracized, so keep sitting on that side of the table. But I guess now we have to get back to some box office things, because that is the title of our show. So let's go over to the international numbers and see what's going on over there. Oh, also just to let you know, I think it has been confirmed that Monster Hunt is coming to the U.S.
Yeah, it is.
It's coming. If you don't know what we're talking about, Monster Hunt made huge numbers in China.
Yeah.
It's one of their highest grossing original properties, I believe, and it is now coming to the U.S. I don't know how wide of a release that will be, but I will be searching it out. International numbers. The Revenant led the weekend's international box office, so as well as the domestic box office.
Killing it right now.
It brought in $33.8 million. It's in 8,388 locations, which is a lot in 48 months.
Not China, yeah. China would be like.
Well, China has 8,367 of those, and the rest are in Indonesia and Estonia.
The international total for Leonardo DiCaprio's Epic has hit 104 million, plus the 120 million for the U.S. So it's doing pretty well. I think that's what we're at.
It said it needed to make 300 worldwide or something.
We need to make like 300 or 400.
It might have been
because
400.
the budget was way up there.
But you're saying you didn't like this movie.
The budget, just for the budget alone, is supposedly like 135 plus P&A.
But you didn't like this movie.
I like how it looks.
Okay.
I like
so you
how
think
it
everything
looks.
is overrated here?
I think The Revenant in general is overrated.
I agree with
I think
you.
it's a very beautiful film.
Of course
but
it is.
that's it's the strongest leg
But
it's
why do
standing
you
on,
think
in
it's
my
making
opinion.
so much money? Just because people are putting praise to it?
Praise to it. And like the pressure to
Leo
see
factor.
it and the Leo factor.
So it's
and the
fake.
fact that I think so many people think that he's going to win.
Yeah, they want to see
and
the
that it's going to
role
win
that-
and they
yes.
want to be they want to be a part of
They
that.
want to see what the role that land Oscar was.
This movie has thrived because of politics.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Well, that's what it is.
What's really interesting is a lot of people were like 2 weeks ago after the Golden Globes, everyone's like, The Revenant is like the movie to watch out for Best Picture. This week, The Big Short won the Producers Guild Award for Best Picture. And usually that mirrors what wins Best Picture.
I mean, look.
So, I mean, I was surprised by that. I like The Big Short, but for me, if it wasn't going to be The Revenant, it was Spotlight. Now all of a sudden, it's a three-way race. You throw Spotlight in.
None of the movies I thought were the best of the year are even nominated. Okay.
My favorite of the year,
which is Machina,
Ex Machina. Yeah.
Compton,
Yep.
Creed, and I also liked the Shyamalan movie.
The Visit?
Yeah, The Visit.
Oh, I didn't see
Or
that
The
one.
Gift. That's
Yeah.
the one. No, The Gift's the
No,
one.
The Gift was with which I also liked.
Okay. I just want to make sure
With
you got that one.
Joel Edgerton and Bateman.
Yeah.
Fantastic. None of these movies. I don't care less about any of these movies.
Mad Max Fury Road was my favorite of the year.
Yeah.
I would love that
But
just
that's
snuck
nominated.
up
It's
there.
nominated,
It's
right?
nominated for
It's
Best Picture.
there at least.
I would love if it just snuck in.
This is
If
just
it's up there, I would also be very happy.
It's a
I would be like,
terrible
I don't
year.
know how that happened, but I would be very happy.
It's a terrible
in a
year
weird,
for
strange
movies.
way.
This was a terrible year for movies.
It's not a terrible
That's
year
not
for
bad.
movies.
Any-
There's
Not
a couple
anything
good
really
movies.
good.
Room is really
what are you
good.
talking about?
Sicario
Anytime-
is really good. Ex Machina is really good. Mad Max is really good. Star Wars is super fun, and Creed is super fun.
Any year we get
And
in a
Straight Outta
Rocky movie
Compton's
is a
pretty
great
darn
year for
good, too.
cinema.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
There's a
I would
lot
like to see a
out there.
Rambo here as well. But I mean, as for like a clear-cut favorite for Best Picture, I don't see one.
There isn't one this
No.
year. Last year it was like Boyhood, then Birdman.
Spotlight's good.
Yeah.
It's not great.
I'm with you.
All right, well, let's get more
overrated.
into another movie that we've
International.
talked a ton about, and this one is Star Wars. So Star Wars
course.
took second place in the international market. It brought in $23.3 million. So internationally, it is now at $1.06 billion.
Not going to beat Avatar.
Led by the UK,
Unfortunately.
173.3 million. China, 112 million. Germany, 103.5 million.
Wow.
Yes.
So we're at almost 900 million domestic. Probably by next week, mid next week, we're at 900. I think I might fall short of my prediction at $1 billion.
879, yeah.
I think I'm going to fall short of the $1 billion.
My internet connection
Unless they
died.
keep it in the theater long enough, which I don't think they will.
I think they
because
could.
But I think they want to make the money on the DVD. I think this will be in the theaters to
No,
March,
I don't think that's a
April.
problem. I think that
we're
with
to
repeat
April.
watchers, no matter if they watched it 10 times in theaters, they're still going to buy the
Yeah,
DVD.
that's
But you think
and then
this,
they're going to buy
because
the
they're going to put
fifth
deleted
DVD.
scenes and a bunch of other stuff. But do you still think that this has a possibility of getting to $1 billion domestic?
I don't.
I'm gonna say it tops out at like 945 now.
It's going to top
which
over
is
9.
goddamn close to $1 billion.
Yeah, it's close.
So
Yeah.
I'll take it as $1 billion domestic.
There's too many heavy hitters coming up in these next couple weeks, including March. You got Batman v Superman. Then
It came out of the
Yeah.
gates so well. I think ultimately, it's not going to beat Avatar. Avatar's too big internationally. The international numbers on Avatar are just fucking out of this world. I think it'll take Titanic though with another $200 million. So I think
I
Star
agree.
Wars Awakens is going to be number 2. It won't beat Avatar.
Avatar did something, man. Like there was people that were depressed because they could never go to Pandora.
Yeah.
They was like clinically depressed.
Yeah, and they killed themselves.
I think. Yeah.
I mean,
that might be
I don't know if
extreme.
they killed themselves. But
I don't
they were
know if
depressed.
that's accurate. I think that might
well, if
be
they
a lie.
killed themselves, they're better off not being
All
on this
right.
earth anymore.
Continuing on the
Pandora.
international numbers, the fifth wave actually
Didn't do
came
bad.
in with $15.9 million in 33 international markets. It opened in Russia, Brazil, the UK, and Spain to boost its foreign total to 27.4.
But Chloe hits all his markets. She looks a little Russian. She's got like a Brazilian body. She speaks like almost in like a UK tongue.
I think it's more about the genre of the film
might be right.
and
You might
the
be
fact that they did say it was this whole kind of like alien invasion thing. By the way, I actually saw this movie this
Oh, you
weekend,
did?
not with the intention of like I wanted to see it,
Okay.
but I got like kind of stuck somewhere for 2 hours and was like, oh, I'll see a movie. And it was this or Dirty Grandpa, so I saw Fifth Wave.
You didn't
Better
want to see
choice.
Zac Efron naked on a motorcycle?
I'm not a Zac Efron fan personally.
So
Did you get a little bloated, or was it that incident down Skid Row?
His like facial expressions are far too animated, and he kind of scares me.
So how bad was Fifth Wave?
Fifth Wave
I heard it's pretty bad.
is pretty darn bad.
Pretty darn bad, huh?
Did you wish
Pretty
you got
darn
like
bad.
washed away by a big wave?
Yeah, no. I came out of it and
While
was like,
watching Fifth
I came
Wave?
out of it and was like, maybe I should have seen Dirty Grandpa, and then I read the reviews of Dirty Grandpa, and I was like, nope, there was no hope.
Nope,
I was
nowhere to go.
I was
That's
just
interesting.
failing no matter what.
I'm gonna give Dirty Grandpa a shot.
Oh, you go.
Good report.
The
Yeah.
thing about Fifth Wave is like they advertise it as this like apocalyptic, the aliens
It's
are
like
coming,
Independence Day style.
but they never like.
Never show the aliens?
No.
And
Well, the
he-
aliens can occupy humans.
Which is
Sorry,
all-
I'm spoiling. Sorry.
Nobody saw it anyway,
Yeah,
But-
it's just.
and nobody will.
But
that sounds like a budget save to me. Like,
yeah,
you can't afford
no.
aliens? Throw them in
Exactly.
humans.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
But then they never dive into like how you can actually distinguish who's an alien
Did they
and
set up for a sequel?
human. Of course it is. It's like a trilogy.
It ain't gonna work.
And also her hair and makeup is perfectly done through the whole entire apocalyptic
course.
universe, and that always bothers me.
What is she get scantily clad? Or is anything going on?
She has a romantic interest, but it's
Really?
not too scantily clad.
Okay.
So you can't tell by looking at them, basically. Like, they
We're
look like
waiting-
normal humans.
If
The
you're
only
waiting
way
to
I
see
would
Chloe
saw
Grace
this
Moretz's
movie
body,
is
you're gonna
if-
see it in Neighbors too.
The only way I would saw that movie is if Roddy Piper himself, rest in peace, was still around and he put
man.
on some sunglasses
Yes.
and was like, I don't know why I
bubblegum.
say it. He came here to kick ass your bubblegum and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah.
'Cause that sounds like they live.
I still admire you for getting slapped by him.
Well,
I mean, I admire you
luckily-
for a lot of things, but that's number one.
The Fifth Wave has generated $38 million worldwide, which is supposedly matching its $38 million budget. So I guess we're going to see the sequel.
No way.
We
Because
might.
With all the advertising, they'll be lucky to break even.
What do they call it? The Sixth Wave? Is that what it's called next?
I have no idea.
gotta
It's like
be,
a
right?
franchise.
What happened to 1, 2, 3 Wave?
It all happens in the beginning of the movie, right?
1, 2, 3, 4 Wave.
1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4?
it's like, yeah.
They do prequels, Star Wars stuff. This movie sucks. Nobody's
All
gonna watch it
right.
anyway.
Surprisingly, Paramount's The Big Short finished fourth internationally, bringing
many
in
stars. I'm not surprised.
$10 million in
Stephen
52
Wong.
markets. So its
Yeah,
new
Stephen Wong. Yeah.
worldwide total is 87.4. The dramedy received a boost on the awards front Saturday night by, as JT said, winning the top
Yep.
movie prize in the Producers Guild of America.
It was a shocker. No one thought that was going to win.
And I didn't think we'd be talking about this again so soon. Of
course.
But Warner Brothers' Rocky spinoff Creed followed in fifth
Yeah.
with 9.5 million in 38 markets to push the international total to 42 and the worldwide to 150 mil.
Nice.
You
Good
know
way.
what? Creed's a certified blockbuster.
Yes.
It really honestly
It
is.
is. Well, I mean, it was like a $30 million budget film.
And Stallone is sweeping the awards.
Yeah, he
This
is
guy
cleaning up,
is
man.
just gonna.
It's fantastic.
I cannot wait to
he
hear his
loses-
Oscar speech.
LA. If Stallone loses, we riot.
Oh, it'll be burnt down.
Okay.
No questions asked.
It's going down.
No questions asked.
Those are the
Philadelphia,
international
too.
numbers.
Yes.
So we have an international number game. And guys, we are not running with much time left. So we're going to have
Wow,
to do
we're
these
gonna have to
kind of
spin through this.
speedily. Something like that. Do we have a theme song or not today?
I think
Oh,
we
there
do.
we go.
Set in stone because it's time for the international title game.
al esfuerzo y al heroísmo como de una revolución. No los queremos.
There we go.
That was Bill Belichick looking at his roster for the offensive line of the Patriots.
Oh, boy.
And saying, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of all of them.
Get rid of everybody.
What we do?
He was under
okay.
so much pressure.
So
Brady had no
today's
time.
game has a little bit of a change of plans pace. And normally, as we do this, we get some wonderful international translated titles of movies. We normally pick out the fake one, but this week it's a little bit of a switch up. There's going to be 3 fake ones, 1 real one. So we are looking for what is true.
Yeah, I
in this
apologize
bed of
because
lies.
I'm going to Orlando with Copster.
That's right, yeah.
To shoot the Harry Potter convention over at Universal Studios.
Yeah, big trip.
Warner Brothers
Yay.
is paying for everything, which is, kudos to them. They finally recognize what kind of talent that they're dealing with, and we're going to have a good time. They actually sent me all 7 movies.
Really?
On Blu-ray.
Wow.
Do you want them?
No, I'll give them to you.
Thank you.
You can have them. It's going to cost you a little bit. Not money, but like maybe dinner or something, like a candlelight or something. Anyway, that being said, I got to watch.
I'll take you to a candlelight
Copster
dinner.
was like, I got to watch, because I never watched one. So
Yeah.
he's like, watch 5 and 8.
Okay.
And I should be able to know what I'm talking about. Okay. Hopefully nobody from Warner Brothers is watching. Anyway, I saw every movie. I'm just kidding. Anyway, that being said,
Here we go.
The Finest Hour.
Yeah.
Which
And we're
is,
not, it's not all China.
are you talking about The Finest Hours?
Yeah, whatever.
It's coming
nobody's gonna
out.
see that
We're
anyway.
going to talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, it's from the Slovenian title. It's called The Perfect Storm.
Like The
Okay,
Perfect
like-
Storm?
Yeah,
They
just
stole the title.
Yeah, The Perfect Storm.
People will get so
I wonder what
confused.
the perfect storm was called now.
Indonesia. Jane Got a Gun.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Natalie Portman movie.
Okay.
The Professional.
Again.
Okay.
not reusing a title.
These already exist.
Kung Fu Panda 3 from China. China Doll.
Why the doll? Okay.
Okay.
I feel like this is easier than our normal
And
ones.
this movie here, which I think may be quite possibly, judging by the trailers, the worst movie of the year.
What's that?
50 Shades of Black.
Should know. Yeah.
Black Hooker.
I've actually read the 50
So which
Shades of
one's
Black
real is what you're
script,
asking.
so.
Which one is real is what I'm asking you.
I'm saying China Doll.
So once again,
China
Slovenia,
Doll.
The Finest Hours, The Perfect Storm. Indonesia, Jane Got a Gun. The Professional.
Nope.
China Doll.
Portugal, 50 Shades of Black. Black Hooker. Kung Fu Panda 3, China Doll.
China Doll. You wanted to
I
put Black
gotta-
Hooker in there, so you wrote it.
gotta go
And
China
you
Doll,
stole
too.
the other 2 titles.
I gotta go China doll. I gotta go China doll.
China Doll is a David Bowie song.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
China girl.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, Doll's better.
Yeah.
Either way.
Dolls, girls can be called dolls.
Yeah.
hey, what up, doll?
You guys are right. You guys
Yeah.
are right.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't have a lot of time. I'm flying to
That's
Orlando.
what we call winging it, guys, but we did it.
Yeah, I'm flying to Orlando.
He's got too much Harry Potter.
Anyway.
If anybody's in Orlando, come check me
So-
out.
From our inspiration
anyway.
with
Yeah, I'll be there.
Jane
Me and
Got a
Cops.
Gun, we're going to run through a
Yeah,
top
let's do
5
this.
movie list. And the person of the hour is Natalie Portman,
Jane Got a
who,
Gun.
in connection with Jane Got a Gun, also has a connection to the Star Wars franchise. And I think it's interesting that after coming out with Star Wars, she says her career barely survived
Why is that?
based on, well, people said she acted really badly in
But
it.
she
and
had
directors
stuff
didn't
terrible
want to
in it.
work
But the
with
thing
her.
is, she had the. If any person that like says, "Oh, you weren't good in Star Wars," like watch The Professional.
I think just
See what
Yes.
I did in that movie.
She was great in Black
Do you think
Swan,
it was
too.
me,
I mean,
or
she
do you
got an
think it was
Oscar
the
for Black
director?
Swan, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, she's white.
Yeah, she won nominated.
She's white.
She got the Oscar for Black Swan.
I love her.
I think
do.
I think she's fantastic.
I think she's wonderful.
She's
I
got a
also
great-
love Daisy
she's got a great
Ridley
ass,
and
too.
Natalie Portman. They all kind of look alike. In
It
a
was.
strange
It
way.
wasn't a body double in Your Highness either when she was diving. That was actually her ass.
Oh, Your Highness.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
The
let's
James
get
Franco, Dan
into
Bradley?
Yeah.
her
Not good
top
movie.
5.
do it.
We're going to start with. Hold on. I have to group them in my
They can't all
mind.
be Star Wars.
Cut out the Star Wars.
We're going to start with V for Vendetta.
Nice.
Yes.
I
I
like this movie.
liked her in that. She's really
I
good. And
love
you know
this
what?
movie.
She actually looks
Really?
really
I
good with
do.
a bald head as well.
I agree.
Yeah, she
I
pulled it off.
memorized that speech for a while. I
Oh,
don't remember
what's
it
his
What
name?
anymore.
do you think you would look like with a bald head?
Bald.
Yeah, but like, do you think you would still be like smoking hot?
I don't know.
I used to have a bald head. Chicks digged it.
Who's the guy in this? It's Hugo Weaving, right?
Yeah,
Hugo
Yes,
Weaving,
and
yeah.
I love him.
And you never see his face, but he still gives such a great performance in this movie.
It's almost like
It's an
Andy
iconic
Serkis. It's almost like an Andy
performance.
Serkis thing.
And this
think
movie
it's
actually
called-
have a lot of this really is in the pop culture. People usually use it, and hackers
The
are wearing the
masks
mask.
are
It was,
crazy.
it was the last good picture that fucking Joel Silver has done.
Yeah, and John Roca wore
Well,
it right after we beat him in the show.
He did.
And its lifetime
Sorry,
gross
John.
is $70.5 million, which is
Okay,
actually kind
that's
of
good.
lower than I would have expected.
But for rated R, that's not bad.
True.
It was a good film.
Yeah. Then
Liked it a
up we
lot.
go to No Strings Attached.
No, it's not.
She was in that
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
with,
really
with Ashton
similar.
Kutcher. in it?
Yeah.
I always get confused because it's
I
so
hope-
similar to the other one
Closer.
with Mila
Friends with
Kunis in it.
Benefits.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, who?
Which was
wait,
Timberlake and
how is this
My buddy,
connected?
My buddy was an
Yeah.
extra bartender in that.
But No Strings Attached. I mean,
I think Ivan Reitman directed this movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Not mistaken, he
Bringing
probably
in
did.
Yeah.
You know,
70.6
That's when
million.
those like Friends of Benefits movies were like, out every 6 months.
okay, but
Now it's over with.
I mean, that
now
no,
it's like
not
now
over
it's like
with.
multiple
That
Friends with
is-
Benefits.
No, that is a theme that comes up over and over again because it kind of touches on the whole can guys and girls be friends concept, and that always
can.
comes up in rom-coms.
Yeah, but
it's
the
just
thing-
never. It just it's
here's my
recycled all
here's
the time.
my theory on Friends with Benefits. Everybody needs somebody to have sex with.
Can't wait to hear this.
All right,
Go ahead. Yeah.
they always do.
Okay.
I mean, and if anybody who doesn't, then they're doing something wrong. There should be somebody always, unless you have like a long-term boyfriend or girlfriend, at the drop of a dime or a thing where you're like, hey, nobody's doing anything over here. Let's watch something and then like have sex. That's the way it should be.
Netflix and chill.
And yes, exactly. Somebody should always have a sex partner, regardless.
That is your.
Words to
Is
live
that
by,
your like
everybody.
public service announcement for the day?
I mean, I can't remember the last time that I haven't had somebody I could dial up and be like, hey, come over and want to have a good time with me. And usually, or the girl does it as well.
Well, congratulations.
Well, girls are more prone to having a sex partner than a guy is. Because a girl always can do that. Listen, if
I
you
don't
were
know.
single,
Okay,
you can call up any guy you want and be like, hey,
can't-
come over and
I don't
let's
think
figure it
that's
out for
Was that like
ourselves.
supposed to be a statistic, or is that you just being like, in theory, I think a girl could get a guy to have sex with her, so in that way she is prone.
A girl could open her phone and press any number and be like, hey, what are you doing? And hopefully a guy answers and they can come over immediately.
We're moving on to the next
I'm
one,
just saying.
which is Black Swan.
Okay, Aronofsky.
Yes.
Good movie. Won her the
I
Oscar?
love. Yes, I really like her. Almost every movie she's in, I'm
Yeah,
like,
That's
I would watch
Aronofsky,
it.
right?
Aronofsky, yeah.
He's fantastic.
He followed this up after he did The Wrestler, which I love that movie.
Did
If you
he
could make
also,
a
like,
if you could make
play
a
the
if you could
ballet
make a
music
ballet
backwards?
movie look good,
Yeah.
then you're doing something right.
the way
There's
that-
talent in that.
It was like a dark gothic
There's a-
horror. Really interesting, and it's like a psychological thriller.
Yes.
really.
Of course. Well, it's
And,
jealousy,
Yeah.
envy.
It's one of those movies I watched, and the second time I got more out of it the second time, and I feel like there's certain themes in the movie that I'm not sure if he's trying to convey. So I love
You
movies
just
like
put them
that. Yeah, so I just love movies like that where you watch it every time and try to be like, oh, is that what he's trying to do? Okay.
It's creepy.
It's great. Then we
Yeah.
go into the world of Thor. So Thor
Is Closer
and
not- is
Thor: The
Closer
Dark
not there?
World. Closer comes in at her list
In my
that was
opinion,
just below
in
V
my
for
opinion,
Vendetta.
that was
We're
one of
not
her
talking
best
about that
films.
one.
Yeah, but we're talking money.
we're
What's
talking
it?
money.
Thor: Dark
So
World?
We should have talked about
both they're right
movies
next
where
to each other.
Natalie
So
Portman
Thor
takes
brought in
the L.
181. That was not the list of the week. And The Dark World brought 206. So those are her next contenders.
Those are paychecks.
She's the love interest.
I
Obviously,
don't even
people go
remember
to see.
being her in it. I mean, she's not even in that
That's
movie.
because she's not the center of that film
Yeah.
at all. And then, of course, we have all of the Star Wars prequels.
Of course.
So
was gonna
episode
just-
1, 2,
She was in all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is she complaining about? It ruined her career. She made a ton of money off that.
I mean, who knows how much she made off that?
She married some violinist or something.
No, she married
she
one of the
married
guys
the
from Black Swan.
Or a choreographer
Yeah,
or
one of
something.
Same thing.
Guys,
That's totally different.
No, it's not.
Those aren't connected to Star
Ballet,
Wars.
choreography,
Listen, Star
Wars.
violin playing. It's the same it's the same profession in my book.
guys, if you're listening and you're young, start training to be a dancer right now.
Yes.
Because
Or throw a football.
Training, Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing, the guy was crushing it the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knew how to dance and he was teaching girls how to dance.
I'll tell you
it's
what,
like
girls
seduction.
love dancers.
I love that you two are advocating this.
I mean, I
love
wish
that
I-
it's coming from that
Here's the
side
deal.
of the table.
I was always, fortunate enough to have special skills and genetics.
Okay, anyway.
That was able to
so
get women.
We have to talk
Now,
about
if I
the
didn't, I
upcoming
would definitely
movies.
be in dance or ballet or playing the violin or like in the marching band or something like that. So if
PSA.
you're not good looking and don't have genetics and a body or something like that, jump in on these kind of things and you'll definitely
This
get
is
some girls.
PSA number 2 of the evening. All right, let's get into some upcoming films. Of course, we had this inspiration because of Jane Got a Gun, which is coming out basically with the help of her ex-fiance, played by Joel Edgerton.
Who's great.
Ex-fiance?
He wrote it, actually.
I don't. It says ex-fiance. I'm guessing that's the character.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the
I thought you
character.
were talking about Natalie Portman. I was like, she's...
I'll speak.
No.
Good for him.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
With help from her ex-fiance, played by
I didn't
Joel
realize you were reading the
Edgerton.
synopsis.
Yes,
He's the best.
Natalie Portman's character must defend her family from a vengeful outlaw, played by Ewan McGregor, and some gang of killers in the Old West.
Yeah, this movie went through a lot of problems because they had an original director who like started the production and fell out, and then I think Gavin O'Connor is the director. And am I correct in that? It's Gavin O'Connor. The guy did Warrior.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the guy did Warrior.
Yeah.
Who I like. I think he's a really decent
good.
director. And Warrior was a great movie. It's an interesting premise. It is a very old school Western premise.
I'm a really big fan of the cast, so I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm.
Is it rated R?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really
Good.
looking forward to seeing some like reviews.
So that's possible breast and ass.
Yeah.
Thanks. Need that.
So Jane Got a Gun is coming out.
Talking about chicken and
Also,
a donkey.
Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda 3, which had a very star-studded premiere. Of
Yes.
course, voices of like Angelina Jolie.
my
I
God.
believe Kid Hudson's in it.
I'm curious to see how
She
this
put up an
does.
Instagram picture the other day with her in a bathtub with her ass out.
Who
you see
did?
it? Kate Hudson.
Oh, I thought you said Angelina
I did
Jolie.
not.
Never mind.
No, Kate Hudson's
You
good.
got so excited.
Angelina
Kate
Jolie.
Hudson's just as hot.
Yeah, she is pretty hot.
Also coming out is The Finest Hours,
Yeah.
which I think
It's gonna
from the
bomb.
trailers, it is going to bomb, but I think that if you do see it, it is the type of movie you see in 3D.
Really?
It's-
Is it 3D?
I think so.
Can I just say
Jesus
I hate
Christmas.
I really hate CGI water.
It's the
The
worst.
whole thing looks like it takes place in
It's the
CGI
worst.
water.
The reason I say that is just because I remember I've seen the trailers in multiple
Mm-hmm.
formats, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, the 3D trailer was so much better than the regular
That's
trailer.
one of the problems I had with like The Perfect Storm. You go back and watch that now, 90% of that movie, like once the storm hits, it's all CGI water. Look at Titanic.
But
that
great
movie's
acting is-
amazing. 'cause
great
James
act-
Cameron built a boat and dunked it into the water.
It was amazing. That's why it's number 2 overall.
I'm done with
It's gonna be
CGI
number-
water.
All right.
I don't like CGI water either. I don't like CGI bodies either. It's driving me crazy.
So we've gone through
learned that today.
we've gone through this
Yeah.
we've gone through the spectrum of problems. Diversity to CGI water. Fantastic.
Sick
Also
Spike
coming
Lee.
out is
guys are
50
worst.
Shades of Black.
Yes.
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 Do you want to take this one away?
Go.
Well, I'm filming 50 Shades of White right now. So we'll see.
Is that the
Stars-
story of the Ku Klux Klan? Like,
Yeah,
is that a
well,
bio?
yeah. It's
We
like,
can't
yeah.
go here, guys. This
I'm-
is just not okay.
You're in it. You don't even know yet.
We can't
Yeah,
go here.
I get it. We're not shooting it yet.
Listen, this guy, Marlon Wayans has made one funny movie in my estimation, and that is Don't Be a Mess.
Best soundtrack to watch Drinking Juice in the Hood, which is the best spoof movie of all time.
It's amazing.
It is
yeah.
unbelievable
But
on
this-
so many levels. But Scary Movie 1 was good too.
Yeah,
Now, apparently he
okay.
wrote this.
But he's been horrible lately.
I really, really hope
Okay.
that the trailers
It's just PG-13.
are PG-13
yeah.
and they're going to go hard in this thing because this is, it looks terrible. Like,
does look
it
bad.
looks fucking atrocious.
Yeah, it looks
Hopefully, they can't put it out there. I'm hoping that's the case. Unfortunately, I don't think it is.
Have you seen the clip they're showing when he goes on talk shows? It's when the girl goes in the elevator and the doors go, meh,
It's-
hits her in the head. Like, what is this?
It's
That's
not-
supposed to be funny?
It's not funny.
Okay.
It's not funny. Now,
just so bad.
what happens, I mean, hopefully there'll be no qualms about this winning an Oscar.
No, I don't think there will be.
So, You'll figure it out.
It might win another award.
Listen,
from
you know
a
what
different
though?
show.
Marlon Wayans, I give you some respect because you're smart. You're cashing off
The Wayne Brothers
popular-
sitcom
yeah.
is fantastic.
But he
Okay.
did this with Paranormal Activity. He just spoofs whatever's popular at the moment, and he makes some money.
I
He
get
makes
it.
them for nothing.
I get it, but this is
Okay.
the movie that's not.
We
This
have
is not going to work.
less
The
than-
Kardashian, him as Kardashian with the horse, it's not good.
Okay.
We have less than 5 minutes left. So, how are these fantastic movies going to affect the box office?
Let's do it quick and
Predictions
hopefully we-
times. So, yes.
Let's do it quick so we can get one call in.
Okay,
I'll
take
go
it
first.
away.
Obviously, Kung Fu Panda.
We didn't really talk about that. I think it's going to do really
This is
good.
going to do gangbusters. It's
Yeah.
going to do
It
probably
always
50 million.
makes like what it opened
50 or 60.
It opened like 60 the first
Yeah.
time, went lower the second time. It might be a little lower this time, but guess what? There's nothing else out.
It might do.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
Norman
going to
North,
predict
no
it.
child
I'm
saw
going to
that.
predict it at 40.
Wow, okay.
I can see that.
I'm also pitching a new thing to Schmoes Know, where when we do the new Phase 6, that I come on and do my top 5 every week.
Top 5 what?
Top 5 movies every week.
Like top 5
What we're
movies?
doing right now. I'm going to have a segment on the Schmoes Show.
A little box
Christian
office.
doesn't know it yet, but we're going to talk about it.
Okay, continue.
Number 2.
Kung Fu.
I think the Chris Pine fans are going to come out here. I'm going to go with The Finest Hour.
Interesting.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk. I think from 2 to 5 is going to be a difference between $1 or $2 million, just like it was this week.
Okay.
What you're going to see 3 is, I think people may give
What are you about to say?
50 Shades of
You
Black
are.
a shot.
I
here.
agree with you. I think it has some
I think
potential.
they may give it a shot. I think they may give, I think you might see it at 12 or something like that. To be like, hey, let's give it a shot.
Sometimes people just want to go turn their brains off and laugh at stupid
Right,
stuff.
exactly.
Man.
And I have a feeling that's
Yeah.
not going to happen. They're going to want to blow the brains out after this
Okay.
movie.
Yeah.
Number 4, I think you're going to see Revenant. Hopefully the snow's gone in the east. And 5, I think you're going to see Star Wars. Still trucking along, probably around 12. In my opinion.
Interesting.
Okay.
So Kung Fu Panda at 40. Finest Hour maybe 16. 50 Shades of Black at 14, maybe 13. Revenant 11. Star Wars 10-9.
Okay. JT, take it away.
Kung Fu Panda 3, obviously.
Yes.
I think it might close to 50 because I don't
Okay.
think there's been a kids movie out for a while now. No one's seen Norman of the North.
45, 50 is a close.
No one's seeing Norman of the
No.
North. Number 2, this is where I
Clearly.
struggle. I'm gonna just to differ from you. I'm gonna say 50 Shades of Black. He's smart. He knows people are gonna see that and be like, oh, this could be funny.
Well, 2 for 4 for 5, like I said.
Yeah. So
Very simple.
It's gonna be very close. And then I'll go Finest Hour. Then I'll go Revenant. And then I'll go.
I think Ride Along could overtake it with the snow gone.
That's what. Yeah. It's over Star Wars. That's what.
It beat it by 2 million.
Number 5 will go Star Wars. Sticking with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Boom.
Stanley Lee had it at 5 last week. Or Stanley Wong had
Stanley
Star Wars,
Wong,
had
yeah.
Star Wars at 5.
Yeah, he might have won the whole thing.
No, he was wrong. He had it at 5.
We're going to go with, yes, Kung Fu Panda. I also am going to give it to 50 Shades of Black. Then The Finest Hours. I need to be different
there with
than
you.
you.
Okay. So you're gonna go Revenant, and then something else for number 5.
Are you going to go see 50 Shades of Black?
No.
All right.
No, me either.
I might go see Jane's Got a Gun.
I will
or
see
whatever.
Jane's Got a Gun, but it's not gonna be. Not enough people are gonna go see that.
No.
Wait, what did you
But-
say for 4 and 5 again?
Number 4 for me was Revenant. Number 5 is Star Wars.
Damn it.
So he's one off of mine, technically.
Yeah, we're just all neck and neck.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
not-
would
It's tough.
beg to be different, beg to be different. We'll just switch them then.
Okay.
We'll just go Star Wars, then Revenant.
Hey,
and I
not
don't
bad.
think that's going to happen.
It's a $2
Why don't you
million
pick Ride
difference.
Along then?
Because I
You don't want to have 2 black movies in the top 5?
Ride Along has horrible reviews, and I didn't want it to be in the top 5 when it debuted.
What about Dirty Grandpa? It's toast?
Also, awful.
Maybe, you know what? I'll give you all the Harry Potter DVDs if you go see a Dirty Grandpa 50 Shades of Black double feature with me.
50.
My treat.
50.
Okay.
All right, done.
All right,
Done.
we have 3 minutes left. We can take one caller if someone's on the line. I know we were having some issues with Skype, so if you haven't
No
been able
calls,
to get
yeah.
through, that was why we tried to
It's late.
hold
Boss
off
Turner
and see if
sleeping.
anyone
It's
could
done.
fix it.
Let's
but
give this
it
week
just
on
got
these.
fixed, and now we're leaving.
Next
So-
week, guys. Next week.
Yeah, we're going to be a
Thank
hell of a
you.
lot more prepared. Today was this was a big week for everybody.
It was Championship Day.
Yeah, it was Championship Day. There was a lot of different stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I was here. I don't know. Anyway.
You were in traffic.
I was in traffic, but that's different.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. Please, subscribe. Go see the other shows on the Popcorn Talk Network. There's so much to talk about. Basically, if you like any type of movie, any company, there's like Disney Movie News, DC, Marvel, a whole spectrum of stuff to go out.
Yeah, Sundance is going on right now.
Yeah.
I heard
There's
a lot of fantastic indie movies.
We're gonna have some comments on
which
those.
is great.
Also, I'll just throw this out there. Follow me at Schmoes JT. But I just launched a new show on my iTunes channel called JT Movie News.
I like that.
So I'm doing 2 shows a week, JT Movie Things with a different guest every week.
Can I be a correspondent on that show?
Yeah, I think we might have to get you on for a new show.
Yeah, I like that.
And then every Friday morning, I release a show with Ace where we go over the movie news.
I like that.
And
awesome.
maybe a stock show.
Yeah, catch me. Yeah, absolutely. Catch me in Orlando for the Harry Potter convention, and if you guys are there, hit me up. We'll meet you anywhere in Orlando if you buy me something for free. And with Copster
Buying someone
and,
something implies that
Finstock,
it would be free
Twitter,
for you.
obviously.
Yeah.
Period. Poof.
At Sarah_Stretton. I'm over here. But you guys enjoy your week.
Keep watching those numbers.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.